Welcome, one and all, to another edition of the Defo Show with Lubie here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network, brought to you by Water Cleanup of Florida. It was not schmutzy last night for the Florida Panthers, and it made you think everything can go right, even if it seems like it's going wrong. And that's what Water Cleanup of Florida makes me feel when it comes to our home, and I hope it makes you feel when it comes to your home. No one wants to find water damage, fire damage, mold of any kind. However, if you know there's someone out there that can find it and eradicate it, make your life easier, I'm hoping it makes you feel better like it makes me feel better. And knowing Water Cleanup of Florida, with over 60 years of combined experience with licensed contractors that can not only come out, find my issues, your issues, our issues with our homes, but then fix them. One fell swoop, one place to get it done, makes me feel better, and I'm hoping it makes you feel better. Plus, you can reach them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you do find any issues at your home with water damage, fire damage, mold, just call them, 954-579-0356, 954-579-0356. Mention 5 Reasons or Lubie, 5 Reasons or Lubie, and get a free inspection during business hours. Plus, you can check them out online, WCUFL.com, WCUFL.com, and on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Water Cleanup FL, Water Cleanup of Florida. If you do find anything wrong with your home, it does give me peace of mind, and hopefully it gives you peace of mind. So know that they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and can not only find the issues, but fix them. Water Cleanup of Florida, we clean up your schmutz. And that's exactly what happened last night with the Florida Panthers. I know I found very clearly our 5 Reasons followers aren't on the Panthers bandwagon yet. Game 1 definitely didn't help that. As a team that was the best offense in the NHL over the last 25 years, 5th most wins from a team in the regular season in NHL history, a team that was star-studded and also just played really well at home and on the road, came out flat in Game 1. Honestly, the Panthers were outshot, outplayed on both ends of the ice, and still had a 2-1 lead heading into the third period. However, it was not enough. They got barraged in that third period and made tons of mistakes, got down 3-2, and then late gave up an empty netter, lost 4-2. So Game 2 scared us a little bit, as if you listen to us here, or anything Defo and I do, we have a bet with long-standing South Florida sports writer, sports columnist, news writer, and food critic Mike Mayo. He's been featured here. He's on our show every week, and he does his own show that both Defo and I are featured on in South Florida. And he is a guy that's covered the Panthers for years, or did, and he had a little tete-a-tete with Panthers co-owner Doug Sifu on social media, and he's been, no matter how well the Panthers played this year, he's just assumed they're going to lose in the first round. Well, Defo and I have felt they played so well this year that they're going to win in the first round. So we have a bet over dinner for this first round for the Panthers. Defo and I think they win. Mike Mayo thinks they lose. After Game 1, Mike Mayo really made us feel like, Well, after Game 2, we're not pushing it too hard because, again, it's 1-1. But we felt confident. And, of course, we always talk a little Heat, as well as the Miami Heat have moved on to Game 3 tonight. It goes into Philadelphia. But our focus, I know our South Florida fans, especially our younger ones, aren't Panther bandwagoners yet. I think it's time to get on the bandwagon. This team is super fun, and we talked about our bet. We talked about the Cats last night getting a big win, 5-1 over the Capitals, and a team that had won a championship 40 years ago. This series is now 1-1. Yes, the Heat will be in Philadelphia trying to take that 3-0 series lead. It's interesting how the NBA sort of positioned things where the Heat series only got 1 day off. The Grizzlies and Warriors and Bucks and Celtics will get 3 days off, which as a fan sort of frustrates me. But looking at the Heat series, with Joel Embiid having health issues, right, and he's not playing Game 3, if you had moved it back, maybe he plays. So you know what? The less time, the better for the Heat, actually, because they have the momentum. They're up 2-0. Their team, for the most part, is pretty healthy. Yeah, there's no Lowry, but he's at least questionable. Without Embiid, I guess moving it up is, or not giving extra time is better for the Heat. It's just weird what the NBA is doing. The Heat looked to go up 3-0 in their series. And we're really excited today to talk about the Florida Panthers. I know our South Florida young fans aren't on the Panthers bandwagon just yet, but the Cats play really exciting hockey. They are regular season champs and looking to make a deep run in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we talk a lot about the Florida Panthers, maybe a little bit of Heat. Today, the Defo Show with Lubie on the 5 Reasons Sports Network.
Welcome to the program. Gentlemen, I spent some time with last night. I had a great time at our Shenanigans Panthers watch party, and some good people on hand there. Really a great setup and terrific food and drink. And on a Cinco de Mayo also. I had a margarita there. It was great. We welcome Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, to the show. Michael, how are you, my friend?
Good morning, Defo. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm not used to imbibing on a weeknight like that. But
you guys were down in those beers, man.
Yeah, they were good. Those pictures of La Rubia, which is a brewery down in nice. Wynwood, the Wynwood Brewery, I think. It's a really smooth beer. It's good. It's nice. And they were cold. Those pictures that they have there, they have those ice packs built in, so it keeps the beer cold. And it was great, except for the result. But not well. Okay, I got what I needed.
You couldn't be too disappointed.
Yeah, you're like really
1-1.
Again, a week ago, when you were just totally riding me about this bet, you were saying, it's going to be a sweep or whatever. But
never predicted that. No, did not predict a sweep.
Oh, you were talking sweep.
We talked a lot of garbage. We talked a lot of
your hopes.
No, I've been watching this stuff too long. I mean, we know anything can happen in the National Hockey League in a postseason. Well, anything. Yeah.
All I know is that, because the Anthony's Runway 84 is closing for renovations.
Yes. That's why we needed the sweep.
The series would need to conclude by, Game 5 is Wednesday night, and the last night for Runway is on Thursday night, the Last Supper. But, now it's looking like it might be a longer series. I got what I needed. I got the split on the road. Now we'll see what the Capitals can do at home. But, last night, obviously, not a good performance for the Caps, a great performance for the Cats. They showed the spark, again, when it was 2-1, and I was saying, oh, wow, Bobrovsky gave up, not exactly a greasy
I thought you even put your hand on my leg and you were going to reach into my pocket right there.
No, but it was like,
it was a stupid goal.
He gave up a short side goal, which is bad. You want to make the guy beat you top shelf, over that left shoulder, or beat you to the far side. But to give up that post there, that was bad. But then the Panthers responded, and the next thing you know, me and you were talking, we're having a chicken wing, and I look up and it's 4-1. I was like, what happened?
It was crazy.
And so in honor of that, I'm going to revert to my pessimism thing. I've got my change cup here, and here's my sock.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm filling up my sock full of nickels and quarters, and I'm just going to beat myself about the head because I think as smug and insufferable as I was,
don't go Johnny Depp on it.
Don't hurt yourself. We need you to stick around.
Crazy.
I'm going to cut up my digit next and smear it in blood that the Panthers are probably going to
You're
end
in
up
good
winning.
shape. You know what? That was a free roll of the dice last night. It was like, you know what? If the guy rolls a 7, don't worry about it. We're not going to count it. We're going to give him the dice right back and let him try and make the point.
Look, the Panthers were desperate and the Capitals weren't, and that's what last night was. I wouldn't take it as anything.
And it was the same. It was like a mirror image on two screens, a half hour apart in terms of
the
Rangers. The Rangers were in the same boat. They lose game 1 at home. They face, they've got to win that game. And they did, they won, I think, was it 5-3. Yeah. So both of those series look like they might go long. The Capitals, look, the thing that was disconcerting for, if you're a Capitals fan, is that they just kind of, once the Panthers stormed ahead, they went into this shell. They couldn't get a shot off. I think they only had 3 shots in the third period, and they peppered Bobrovsky in the first period. They were out shooting the Panthers at one point, like 16-10, whatever it was. And the Panthers got 3 goals on their first 10 shots. And, that bounce, I guess it went off the skate of the Capitals defenseman, where that was the bounce. What was it? Who took the shot? Ekblad?
That was Markov.
The first one, the second one,
Yeah, and it was just kind of like
it might have been Ekblad. Yeah, it might have been Ekblad.
Yeah, I think it was the Ekblad.
It was Ekblad, yeah.
And he
that was a 2-hopper to short that took a Tony Kubek like bounce.
Yeah,
right
it looked like he was skipping a stone off a lake, and it was just like it bounced up, and it was like whoa. And so
it happens though. That's the thing.
No, and that's why I always say like playoff hockey. It's not like basketball. It's not like if you get that pinpoint aim and you shot this. The puck takes funny bounces. It hits things. It goes places, and it's just a weird sport.
Ricochet rabbit.
And the Panthers got the lucky break that they needed, and that really jump-started them. And it really, like, again, you could see, like, the whole aura of failure dissipated, and now they look like they did for the whole regular season, which is where you want to be, and not where I want to be. And but so let's say that it goes. Defo is now predicting that it's going to be Panthers in 6.
I guess he's 6. It feels like 6.
And now we got to figure out, where am I going to take you guys? Because if Runway is going to be out, and I don't want to, look, I swivel. I was insufferable. Now I'm already giving up on the bet.
You're all over the
I'm
place.
just.
You've been very confused, and this is a great point to illustrate everything that we've been talking about here on the show and what this show is all about. Degenerate Friday. Look what having any kind of action, even just a simple dinner bet, has done to this man's psyche. It has destroyed you for the last month. Look, if we look, and I have to say that I did not want the Panthers to lose last night, and I have to put up with your insufferability, if you could call it that.
It would have been brutal.
And then B, face the possibility of being again sub A, dead wrong. And, also having to pay up. Having action on this thing changed the dynamic of all of my viewing of this playoff series.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And, of course, every game is pivotal, as you say, one of the great
all games are pivotal.
Games. And we're going to be seeing what happens tomorrow. I love that it's a 1 o'clock post time for the game, the face-off, so we could actually watch the whole Panthers-Capitals Game 3 and still be able to bet the late pick 5 at the Derby, because the Derby's not going off till 7 o'clock. So it's a beautiful day tomorrow of action. I don't know where I'm going to be. I know where you're going to be, but it's
it's gonna be great.
I love this whole week. It's great. It's like alternating playoff games, Heat, Panthers. Then you got today the Oaks and the Derby tomorrow. You got boxing. I mean, how could you not love life? And at the end of the rainbow, one of us is going to be paying for the other to go to a pretty nice dinner. And we got to figure out, there's an outside chance it might be at Runway 84. Okay. We might go to Tropical Acres. Or I was shocked to hear this the other day, Defo, that you have never been to Burns Steakhouse in Tampa, Florida.
Never been to Burns Steakhouse. I
haven't either.
That's true.
And you haven't either. So here's what I propose, gentlemen, and you could say yes or no. But
all right,
if the Panthers somehow manage to pull out this series, I would be happy to
schlep over to Tampa.
I would be happy to do a road trip with the 3 of us or the 4 of us.
My wife will have to go. I'm not going to lie to you. I would be divorced.
I don't know if I'm willing to drive that far for a dinner to get the.
I like the offer, though. I think it's sweet of you.
Receiving the payoff.
Well, if you want to use your airline points, and we could all hop on a Southwest flight.
It's a lot to do to go eat a steak. No, I mean, if we happen to be in Tampa and you want to take us there,
it's one of those places that it is worth a 4-hour drive or 8-hour round trip. I say we do. I say we do a boys' road trip, bring the professor, ditch the women, go to Burns, and go to Mons Venus.
Good luck
Mons
with all
Venus.
Of that, I mean, come on. Now you're talking me sugar yourself. Look what this man has done to this man. He's destroyed his ability to reason. I mean, I hope Jim Sarney sits you down and talks to you like he was Angelo Dundee, talking to Sugar Ray Leonard and saying, you're blowing it, kid. You're blowing it.
Burns and Mons Venus sounds like a pretty reasonable proposition.
It's funny that I've never been there. Because I spent a substantial amount of time there. I mean, there was one year I was doing horse racing from Tampa Bay Downs for about 8 weeks. And so I was up there the majority of each week, for a couple of months and never made it to Burns. And, Mons Venus, of course, offers that incredible buffet and, a lot of interesting scenery. And so, I have frequented the buffet at Mons Venus, but never.
Is it all you can eat sushi, tuna sushi? Is that it?
In a sense, I guess that would be applicable, although maybe not in the best of taste.
I told you the Mons Venus story. I don't know if you want me to repeat it about how.
I remember it was a classic. What happened again for the?
I was there with some buddies. It was during the Final Four when they held it at St. Pete, and we were there in the middle of the afternoon, and there was a guy that was like over in the corner. There was a human tangle. It looked like one of those. Twister games, it was just like naked, just bodies writhing in the corner. And we were like, what is going on? And who is under that pile? And like all these women who were pretty, outstanding looking. And then when the song ended, he got up and who was underneath that pile? But Reggie Jackson himself.
Nice.
And again, it was because the Yankees were doing spring training at that point in Tampa. And my friend turns to me and goes, "Forget Mr. October. We've got to start calling him Mr. March."
That's great.
I mean, that's right out of winning time. It really is. Mike Mayo.
We started chanting Reggie.
Reggie. Is another knuckleball from Charlie Huff. And this one is blasted over the center field wall. Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, with us here.
Thank you once again for listening to the Defo Show with Lubie. Talking about once again, Mike Mayo has been all over the place. He's either giving us a lot of crap, giving the Panthers a lot of crap, or the minute the Panthers look great, which they did the last month of the season, he's hedged everything and gone the other way. I talked him off the ledge because the reality is the Capitals got what they needed. The Capitals were on the road, and they switched home ice advantage. They got a 1-1 openers of this series. The Panthers are at 1-1. When you're at home, you want to go up 2-0. They had a lead late in game one. They didn't close it out. Now, they did come back and barrage the Capitals. They started slow in that game, but periods 2 and 3, they owned it, got up 5-1. In third period, they didn't score, but they outshot them insanely. I think like 17-3. Like somewhere in the second period, it was 21-8 shots advantage Capitals over Panthers. And then the Panthers went on like a 26-shot run, something like that, where the game finished 36-27. So that was what the Cats needed to do. And they looked like the team that had the most points in the regular season in the NHL. And they looked like a team that got a little buzz in South Florida. I know a lot of our fans don't really, and a lot of Five Reasons fans don't really care about the Panthers, but they are the number 1 overall seed. They are really fun. Like, they score a lot. They're really aggressive. And they play a really cool brand of hockey. And in South Florida, we love a winner. So the Miami Heat looking to go up 3-0 tonight. Really excited about that. What we've seen from Tyler here, what we've seen from Bam Adebayo, what we've seen from Victor Oladipo. Kyle Lowry was listed as questionable. I don't know how much you'll see of him. If the Heat are playing well and you go up 3-0, let him get all the rest possible. Now, here's my take, though. The next series, let's say you do win. The next series is going to be the Bucks or the Celtics, right? Both teams are a step up from this Sixers team without Joel Embiid. Okay, and even with Joel Embiid, both teams seem to be a step up. Bucks probably will have Middleton back, whatever Middleton is. Celtics are healthy. This team could beat both of those teams, but you're better with Lowry. Okay, now we saw what issues we had when Lowry and Oladipo were in the rotation together. To me, I don't know if you're going to play them together. I think the smart move is to do what you're doing with Oladipo now, where he's not starting. He's coming off the bench, and he's giving you a starter/all-star caliber player off the bench. And I'm hoping that's what they'll do. But I would like to see Lowry in this series at times, especially if you have it in hand, because you don't have to force it. You don't have to stress out about it. But to go from not playing for 4 or 5 games, which in the NBA playoffs is like 2 weeks, to then being thrust into the Eastern Conference Finals if the Heat make it, I don't know how smart that is. And again, Spoelstra knows a lot more than I do. So I don't think you force him in. I don't think you rush him back. But you will want to see him in the deeper series. So why not get him in? Let's say you get up 3-0. Get him in Game 4. Get him in if there is a Game 5. Get him out there. Let him acclimate back to playing when the stakes aren't as high, you being up 3-0. So we'll see what Spoelstra does. We'll see what the Heat do. I'm looking forward to Game 3. And I'm looking forward to the Florida Panthers now 1-1 heading to Washington, D.C., or the area. I don't know where the Capitals actually play. This Saturday, they get back in action. They have their Game 3, I think 12:30 Saturday. So a fun-filled weekend if you're a degenerate, if you're a gambler, if you know anything about us. South Florida, you got the F1. We have the Kentucky Derby Saturday. You got your Cats. You got your Heat. Also, the Marlins, who are in the middle of a skid, but have played at least decent. They're at 500 right now. You have all of it. A lot going on in South Florida sports. Can't wait for you to check us out. You can do it each and every morning. Just Google the Defo Show from 7 to 9. Check out our exclusive content podcast on Believe, the Believe Network, Believe.com. Search After Hours. Well, actually, we talk with Len Robbins, who's hysterical, a legendary, iconic sports columnist. Hysterical out of the New York area, but he talks everything sports. We had a really good time with him yesterday, so check out that conversation. Again, Believe.com, search After Hours. And, of course, as you know, each and every day right here, the Defo Show with Lubie on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. Let me ask you a question. What do you look for when you go out to eat? Good food, obviously, friendly atmosphere, not too loud, but good energy, reasonable prices, and a place where you feel comfortable. All those ingredients, no pun meant there, are hard to find unless you're talking about the Texas Roadhouse. You see, they encompass all of those attributes. Really, really good food, amazing atmosphere, good for a family, good for a date, or just a night out for yourself, and prices that will make you extremely happy. Their ribs, unmatched. Steaks, hand-cut every day. Everything, and I mean everything, is made on site, including their incredible bread. It's the one day, folks, that you can forget about low-carb diets. Trust me when I tell you, Texas Roadhouse, your restaurant, your destination when you say, where should we go and eat tonight?